What was the most horrific game of truth or dare you've ever played? Edit. Not sure what I was expecting when I asked this question, but damn. We 3 guys and 3 girls were all in the hot tub at this chick's house, and I get dead to go mash my balls up against her parents' bedroom window. Granted, it's like 1 AM, and the whole house is completely dark, so I thought it would be no big deal. Get out of the hot tub, run over to the window, drop my suit, and smash my junk up against the window for a few moments. Then, in the reflective light of the pool, I catch a glimpse of her parents sitting right inside the window, watching us from inside. They didn't even blink. Just watched me. It was terrifying. Terrifying. Like, I saw them for a split second as the light passed over the glass, just inches away from my mashed ups on the other side of the window. Something from a horror movie. I gasped and ran back to the hot tub, got back in, and just sat there in complete silence. A couple minutes later, her dad comes outside laughing, hands me a beer, and then reminisces with all of us for a minute about the crazy he did when he was a kid. I've never felt a shock like I did when I saw their faces. It still haunts me sometimes, but it all turned out better than expected. I was 25. Definitely not the ending I was expecting. I got Ted to answer the door and pay for the pizza we ordered completely naked. Whatever. Easy, right? The doorbell rings. I strip down quickly, and I grab the cash to pay for the pizza, but the pizza guy was not waiting at the door. It was the mom of one of the girls at the party. She had come to pick her up early, only to find me at the door naked. Her husband was a church minister. The party ended pretty quickly when she called all the other parents were called to pick up their kids. Good times. Does no one have a privacy hole thing or a window next to the door anymore? When I was a door-to-door salesman, I heard of a guy who made a small fortune starting a business with a screw gun and a pocket full of peepholes. He would knock on people's doors and explain that, if he was a robber, they wouldn't have known. For 30 they could select from a style of peepholes that he had, and he would install it on their door. He made a good living doing it, and then hired on more people to do it, until he had a small fleet of door-to-door peephole guys. I was dead to snort a line of garlic powder. Pro tip: never snort garlic powder. I'll add that to the list with Kool-Aid, Pixie Sticks, crushed up Smarties, and instant powdered energy drink. Sadly, 12-year-old me and my best friend used to get ripped off of Pixie Sticks. And by ripped I mean bleed from our noses and cough on sugar crystals. Blueberry and banana mixed together was the best combination. Also, why haven't you pros tried salt and vinegar popcorn seasoning? The only time I have ever played truth or dare was at a camping trip in year 6 5th grade. One night, I was invited over to the popular tent where all of the popular boys and girls were playing a game of truth or dare. After about 10 minutes of watching people make out and the boy who invited me dared a girl whom I had a crush on to kiss me. She ran out of the tent, screaming. Whilst everybody laughed, I silently excused myself and cried myself to sleep. When I was in 6th grade, I was dead to let these 3 girls tie me spread eagle to the bed clothed and do anything they wanted for 10 minutes. I thought they would do something sexy. Instead they spent 10 minutes dropping different objects onto my nuts, from varying heights. One girl dropped a heavy tape dispenser on me, which made me cry. Usually you have to pay extra for that. It wasn't a game of truth or dare, but something kinda like it. You put one person in the middle of a ring of people, and they ask questions to the people around them. The object of the game is for the person in the middle to guess the rules of the game. Everyone else already knows the rules, so the rules of the game are pretty easy. 1. When asked a question, you answer to the best of your ability for the person next to you. 2. If the person answering for you gets it wrong, you say in the side that you are answering for versus. Instead of answering for the person on your left, you go right. So needless to say things got strange right away. The girl in the middle was getting creeped out and confused. I remember she asked me how big is your penis and I answered for the girl sitting next to me, I don't have one. Duh. So she's getting really frustrated. Finally she turns to her brother who was also playing. She asked him, have you ever had a sexual fantasy about me? He takes a very slow look at the guy sitting beside him, turns back to her, and completely deadpan he replies, I'm having one right now. We had to stop playing after that. Edit. Since so many people asked, she kinda freaked out and gave up. I don't think we could have continued afterwards anyways. We were all laughing too hard. What was her reaction? Other guys dared my GF at the time to blow me. Couldn't get it up. Never happened before. Never since. Probably didn't get up because a bunch of dudes were watching. I was right at the beginning of middle school. We were starting to play truth or dare at birthday parties. We were playing a variation that I think in the US is called X minutes in heaven. Anyways, I think it was my turn for the heaven thing. I was so rooting for the beautiful girl I had a crush with. Instead it gets to a really weird looking girl I wasn't attracted to at all. In my head I'm really let down. This girl wasn't attractive at all. Suddenly the girl starts bawling and runs out screaming something along the lines of not with him. Yeah. Edit. Damn. I didn't think I'd get this many upvotes. This was back around 93 to 94, so it's been a long time. A similar, but not as horrible situation happened to me in 6th grade. Luckily my best friend was there to comfort me by saying, "Wow, what up sps?" It was the first time I had heard someone my age use that language, and I was like, yeah, she is a sps. 3 cups. 1 with water, 1 with toilet water, 1 with pee water. Blindfold. Pick a cup. In reality, blindfold. 3 cups of pee water. 3 cups of natty light. I never really had a horrible game of truth or dare, but one time in the 8th grade my friend dared a friend of mine to give me a lap dance, and as it was happening I quietly whispered in her ear, "That's what daddy likes," and she got off and ran. You silver-tongued devil. We always did a pair of dares. Ita had get sprayed by this mace that is used in correctional facilities. Almost looked like a fire extinguisher. Or call my friend's mom and ask her on the date. I chose the mace. Primarily because I thought she'd accept. So you'd rather take mace to the face than an evening out and high probability of M.I.L.F. sex. You got some weird kinks, son. High probability of M.I.L.F. You assume so much. I've never gone to bed with an unattractive woman. I have, however, woken up next to some tin beers. The day we updated truth or dare into dare or get the ups out. When I was 13, a girl dared my older brother to show his butt. He pulled down his pants, bent over, and gaped his ps. That's how he understood mooning. At the other end of the spectrum, a couple weeks ago, I was stopped at an intersection and noticed in the other lane full of probably 19-ish-year-olds. A guy in the backseat stuck his ass out the window at us while the driver shouted to us, "He's mooning you." I was shocked and appalled that the guy's pants were still up. They thought that was a mooning. All I could see was corduroy bulging out the window. Damn ignorant kids these days can't even properly moon someone. WTF. You had to be told that he was mooning you, too. I was dared to climb a friend's apartment balcony in nothing but boxers and sneakers. I executed this task with top Spider-Man-like efficiency until another inebriated friend stepped out and began to piss off of the balcony, not knowing I was just below. Needless to say, anti-piss instincts kicked in and I dropped 2 stories down into the parking lot. My profanities were heard echoing for miles around that night. Ha. Not knowing. You know, thinking back to it, I'm willing to bet that while I was outside stripping down and getting ready to climb, that ps was inside daring the others to go piss off the balcony. I've got such great friends. Haha. For the record, I got them back one day. I walked into a bar restroom and found both of them side by side at urinals. They were the only 2 urinals in the restroom. So I roared, "I told you not to use my urinal." Grabbed my friend on the left by his shoulders and swung him to the right, causing my other friend to get drenched in his piss. It was glorious. Golden vengeance. I was pissing at a urinal once, and my friend decided he would try and kick me in the ass so my piss would touch the urinal. This ended by me turning and pissing on him. He had been warned. Hahaha. Urinal shenanigans. All the sexual answers. I once dared a friend of mine to lick a jellyfish. She did. It stung. Did you pee on it afterwards? Nice try, Kelly. Dared to eat a mystery spoonful. To this day, I have no idea how they fit so many disgusting things in one teaspoon. I once gave my buddy 5 to drink the most disgusting concoction in middle school. Something like mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, pickle juice, horseradish, olive juice, minced garlic, onion powder, Worcestershire sauce, a cricket or two, and some other various things I can't remember. He chugged the whole glass with ease. I dipped my finger in it and vomited. Kid was a champ. He also ate a huge hairy moth we found in my garage for 5. Edit. Well, this comment dwarfs my others. And it's about me being ups and helping my buddy get his daily protein. He sounds like someone I could be friends with. When I was 15, a girl I was trying to date invited my friend and me over to her house where she was babysitting. When we arrived, she was there with 4 of her girlfriends, including her one extremely slutty and rumored steel-wielding friend. After drinking everything in the house she thought the parents wouldn't miss, we played truth or dare. Eventually, the girl I liked dared me to go have sex in the master bedroom with the slut. I passed and took truth, but my friend took the dare and went off with her. They came back out about 5 minutes later, and no one believed they had done anything. 9 months after that, everybody believed them. Bullet dodged. It's like Final Destination with pregnancy. Primary destination.